college strategies, and I want to welcome you on the campus of Claremont McKenna College in the city of Claremont in Southern California. Claremont City is actually known as the city of trees and PhDs, so that tells you something a little bit about the community around the Claremont system. Claremont McKenna, or CMC, is part of a consortium of 5 undergraduate colleges. So I want to tell you a little bit about the consortium so you understand what CMC can really give you. A consortium of 5 colleges that have joined together. It originally started in the 1800s with Pomona College, and that founder wanted to make something on the West Coast like an East Coast Dartmouth school, and that was the philosophy. By the 20s, they added 1 campus, and in the late 40s, after World War II, Claremont McKenna was founded. With all the GIs coming back from World War II, there was a really need for a men's school to really get the older student, the older male student, integrated back in education and developing them to go out into the world of work. Since then, it has become a co-ed college. It is a small, highly selective liberal arts college. So, a question you would have for me would be, why Claremont McKenna? There are a few reasons why. You have a small college, 1,650, 1,700 students, yet in this consortium, you have all the resources of 5 different colleges, very similar to like Oxford and Cambridge. You have 1 library for 5 schools. All the resources that 5 universities would have, you would find and can access. Your classes, 2,500 classes available, only 500 CMC, but 2,500 between all 5 schools. And you, as a CMC student, can actually go to one of the other schools for classes, and that's a real plus. There's no discrimination between that. We share and share alike. Another reason for Claremont, they have something called the Athenaeum. This is an incredible resource. They bring speakers here on campus on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Speakers come on campus. You can have dinner with the speaker. You can sit at the speaker's table. You can listen to the lecture and have questions. And all of that can come not from professors, but from students alone. They've had Bill Gates, Bill Clinton. They have Bono, Condoleezza Rice. These are people they choose that they're the peak of their peak in their profession, and they come here on campus. If you know someone you want to bring on campus, you tell the faculty and they will get them on campus. In fact, for their personal questions, for your common applications, they ask you, who would you like to see as a speaker at Athenaeum? So they're actually asking you to sort of bring all these great speakers here and really let you connect, not just with people on campus, but people outside of the world. So what you get is a high Ivy League type education, small classes, working with professors right from the get-go. You have dinner with them, you go out to coffee with them. They all live around this community. Personal one-on-one, absolute top internships. They expect you to do internships. In fact, since most internships, and I'm sure you know this, most internships are non-paid. What they have here is a catch of money, $500,000. You apply, say you want an internship, propose it, they will pay you, and you will take that internship that you have created. That's something that other schools don't have, and a real good thing for CMC. Here's an example of internships. A young student wanted to do sports photography, and there's no course here on that, but he approached the internship program. They gave him $7,000 to go to the 2010 World Cup, and he was the photographer for the World Cup for CMC, or Claremont McKenna College, and that was in South Africa. I'd like to tell you a little bit about what admissions is looking for in a student to attend Claremont McKenna College. Number 1, they're looking for rigorous courses in your high school coursework. They're looking for B+ and Bs in AP and honors classes. They would much rather see a B+ in an AP than an A in a regular course. That's something you really need to understand. They do not take the SAT-2 or subject test. You could send it, they're not looking for it. But on the SAT, the average scores are 1950 to 2150, and the average ACT score is a 32. So that's pretty high standards here at CMC. Remember, that's the average, so you need to understand that. So this is a highly selective school. They're looking for a well-rounded student that's inquisitive, that does in-depth about what they love. So when you're looking at joining clubs and volunteer work, it's not good enough to join 15 clubs and just do a little bit senior year. They want to see you starting freshman, sophomore, junior year, beginning in clubs, moving up, organizing clubs, and then finally leading. That is what they're looking for here. My guide is an American student that came here from Hong Kong, and he said what he loved here is not that the students are competitive. Once they're here, they're actually collaborative, and I think that's something you need to do. If you're looking for an environment that's highly selective, where students collaborate together to be the best that they can be, I think you need to look at CMC, Claremont McKenna College. Remember, it's a consortium of 5 undergraduates, 2 graduate colleges. They're known as the 5 C's or the 7 C's. You apply to one, but if Claremont McKenna doesn't have your major, you apply here, you take your major at one of the other schools, Scripps, Harvey Med, Pomona, Pitzer, but you get your degree from Claremont McKenna. So if you're looking at this highly selective school on the west coast of the United States, small environment, great access to professors, and everything you possibly want to learn, consider the Claremont colleges and Claremont McKenna, and give me a call, Kathleen at American College Strategies, and let's set up a plan to make you ready to apply to this school.